Hello dear students, welcome to physics online session. So in last class we had been discussing about that Ohm's law. So related to that Ohm's law we got that expression for that resistance here. So we are extending the topic of resistance. So already we got that information about that factors depends on the resistance. So from that factor depends upon the resistance, we got that resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of that cross section. If I remove that proportionality sign, I will get that proportionality constant. So that is R is equal to rho L by A here. So in case of that resistance, for example, if you consider one conducting wire, however you can stretch the wire or however you can twist the wire, the volume of the wire will be remains same. So if the volume of the wire will be remains same or remains constant, means what is the relation between resistance and length, resistance and mass. So in another case, what is the relation between resistance and area we will consider. So if that volume is constant, so if that volume is constant, so then resistance is directly proportional to its square of the length and inversely proportional to its mass we will consider. And for constant volume, resistance is inversely proportional to square of its area. So if it is inversely proportional to square of its area, means what about in terms of radius here? So look at here, area means pi r square, area square means pi square r to the power of 4, inversely proportional to 4th power of its radius. So hope you understand in that last video. So in today's video, let me focus about that. In case of that Ohm's law, we got that expression for that. From that Ohm's law, we got that definition. From the definition, we can write that V is equal to I into R, where R represents that proportionality constant. So that proportionality constant, I will name it as resistance here. Now we will understand that resistance is depends, means that constant term indicates what are the terms here. So let me deduce about that Ohm's law here. So deduction of Ohm's law. So we'll look at that deduction of Ohm's law. Deduction of Ohm's law. So it means that now we will derive that expression for that resistance, means that constant term involves what are the factors. So for that purpose, I will consider one conductor here. Consider a conductor. Consider a conductor. Let potential difference is applied. Potential difference is applied across its end. Potential difference is applied across its end. Then we can consider that then whenever that potential difference is applied to the conductor, then what happens here? All the free electrons will get drift in a particular direction. So look at the scenario here. So for example, treat me, this is one conductor. So at the end of the conductor, if you provide that potential difference connection, means these free electrons will get drift here. So then drift velocity is given by, drift velocity is given by. So already we derived that expression for the drift velocity. What is the mathematical expression I got for the drift velocity here? So can anybody remember me? So that V is equal to what? V is equal to, if I take that magnitude, so just neglect about that sign here, E into E divided by M into tau. So this is about drift velocity. So look at here. So wherever electric field is there, we know from that electrostatic potential and capacitance relation between potential and electric field. So E is equal to minus of dV by dr, or in terms of magnitude, E is equal to V by R, where R represents that length. So here that length of the conductor, I will take it as a L here. We know that V is equal to, so electric field, relation between electric field and potential, E is equal to V by L here. So for example, treat this is equation 1. So relation between electric field and electrostatic potential, E is equal to V by L. Then equation 1, shall I rewrite in another form? So V of D is equal to E into, wherever E is there, capital E means V divided by L into tau into m. So this I will name it as equation 2. So hope you understand here relation between field and potential. So from that concept I got that E is equal to V by L. Just I will fill the value. Instead of E I will take it as V by L here. And already we derived that expression for that relation between current and drift velocity. So we got that expression I is equal to NAE into V of D. So we know the relation between look at here, we know the relation between so current and drift velocity. We know the relation between current and drift velocity. So what is the expression for that current and drift velocity? I is equal to what? NAE into V of D. So what is the relation here? I is equal to NAE into V of D here, where N represents that electron density, A represents that area, charge on the electron, where V of D represents that drift velocity. I know the value of drift velocity. V of D is equal to what? E into V into tau divided by m into L. So let me substitute that equation 2 value in equation 3. For example, this I will take it as equation 3. So look at here. Put equation 2 value in equation 3. So I have to substitute that equation 2 value in equation 3. Then equation 3 becomes I is equal to NAE. So look at here, I is equal to NAE. So wherever V of D is there, so V of D means what? So wherever V of D is there, so just I will take that E into V into tau divided by L into m. So look at here, V of D means drift velocity, where V represents that potential difference here. So now look at here, so just I will rearrange this term. So I term I will take it into the right side, remaining term I will shift into the left side here. So look at here, if that remaining term is shifted to the right side, so look at, so let me rewrite that equation. V is there, so in right side, V by I here. So did you get my point? So I will shift that entire term to the left side and I will take it into the right side. Then V by I is equal to what? So V by I is equal to, this term will goes to numerator, m into L. So m into L divided by n into A into E into E means what? E square here, n into A into E square into tau here. So did you get my point? So already V term is there, I term I will take it into the right side. V by I is equal to these terms, entire thing, m into L divided by n A square into tau. This entire thing I will take it as constant value R here. So look at here, where m into L divided by n into A into E square into tau, it is equal to R. So I will take that entire term, ml divided by n A E square into tau, that entire term I will take it as R here. Then equation 4 becomes, then equation, so let me take this is equation 5, then equation 4 becomes, so what shall I write for that equation 4 here? V by I is equal to what? V by I, it is equal to entire term ml divided by n A E square into tau, so that is nothing but R here. So if I rearrange, V is equal to what? V is equal to I into R. So this is about Ohm's law here. So hope you understand these terms. So now let me extend this equation. For example, I will take that equation 5 here. So from that equation 5, I will define about that resistivity term here. So from equation 5, so I will take that equation 5 here. So from equation 5, we will rearrange rearrange as. Look at here. Rearrange as. Will rearrange as. So I will rearrange that equation 5 here. So look at here, a term I will take it into the right side here, L term and a term I will take it into the right side. So equation 5 I will rearrange here. So R into, so a term I will take it into right side here, and L term also I will take it into right side here. R a by L, so it is equal to what? Remaining term, m divided by n e square into tau, n e square into tau. Did you get my point? So just I'm arranging that equation 5 here. So equation 5 I'm rearranged as, so m divided by n e square tau, so it is equal to what? R into a divided by L here. So from that resistance R is equal to rho L by a. So we know that, let me take this is equation 6 here. We know that resistance, for resistance R is equal to what? Rho L by a here, where rho is equal to, shall I write this one as R a by L here. So wherever R a by L is there, so instead of R a by L, shall I take that one as a rho here? If I take it as a rho, means I got that expression for that resistivity here. So look at here, we know that rho is equal to R a by L here. So rho is equal to R a by L. Then equation 6 becomes, so then equation 6 becomes, so it is important for 5 marks question. So then equation 6 becomes, so equation 6, shall I take this one as m divided by n e square into tau, so it is equal to what? Rho, resistivity. So this is the required expression for that resistivity. So in annual examination they will ask the question like so, derive the expression for that resistivity in terms of Ohm's law. So by using that Ohm's law, I will get that expression for that resistivity, so that rho is equal to m divided by n e square into tau. So let me understand about this equation. So whether that resistivity contains any length and area term or any dimensions term here? So no. So resistivity is independent on the dimensions. So it means that resistivity is not depends upon the length and area. So it means that however you can stretch the wire or however you can twist the wire, resistivity value will be remains the same. So for example, if length of the wire is double, what about its resistivity? So what is our answer? However you can increase the length, resistivity value will be remains the same. Why? Because resistivity is independent on length and area of the wire. So that resistivity is depends only on that nature of the material. So first I will define about the concept of resistivity. So in terms of definition, resistivity is nothing but resistance per unit cube of the material. For example, this is one wire I will consider. So in 1 unit cube of the material, how much opposition will offer? So that is resistivity, resistance per unit cube of the wire or resistance per unit cube of the material. Resistance, look at here, resistance per unit cube of the material So that is resistivity. What is resistivity here? Resistance per unit cube of the material, I will take it as resistivity. So one more thing I need to understand, resistivity is independent on the dimensions here. Resistivity is independent on the dimensions. It is independent on dimensions. So look at here, I got that expression for that resistivity, where resistivity is nothing but what? So rho is equal to m divided by n e square into tau. So resistivity is independent on length and area, so I can consider resistivity is independent on its dimensions. However, you can increase or decrease the length of the wire or area of cross section of the wire, resistivity value will be remain same. Why? Because resistivity is nothing but resistance per unit cube of the material. So out of this entire conductor, 1 meter cube, how much resistance it offers? So that is resistance per unit cube. So it is independent on length and area of cross section of the wire. So it is purely depends only on the nature of the material. So look at here, rho is equal to m divided by n e square into tau. So resistivity is inversely proportional to relaxation time. What's the physical meaning of it? So resistivity is inversely proportional to relaxation time means as that relaxation time is more, what about its resistivity here? Resistivity will be decrease here. What's the meaning of relaxation time is more? So as the relaxation time is more means what about the number of collision? Number of collision is more or less. So did you get my point? Relaxation time value is more, then number of collision will be less or more here. So as the relaxation time is more means number of collision will be less. So why? Because so as the relaxation time is more means it will take more time to collide here. So there exists a very less number of collision. So remember one point here, as that relaxation time is more, so relaxation time is more means it will take more time to collide. So it will take more time to collide means number of collision is less. As that relaxation time is more means number of collision will be less here. So if it suffers less number of collision, so number of collision is less means there is a less random motion of the free electrons. So free electrons are not moving in random direction. Why? Because number of collision will be less means so there exists a very less number of moment of the electron in random direction. So if the random motion is less means then what about that resistivity value? Resistivity value will be less here. So resistivity value will be less means what about its conductivity value? So its conductivity value will be more. So hope you understand these points. So in case of resistivity, resistivity is inversely proportional to relaxation time, I said. So it means that as the relaxation time is increases, resistivity value will get decreases. So relaxation time is increase means so it will take more time to collide. So in the other way I can say that so if the relaxation time is more means there is a less number of collision. So if suppose if the relaxation time is less means within the less time there exists a more number of collision. So collision will be more. Relaxation time is less means number of collision will be more. So number of collision is more means there exists a more random motion of the electron. So resistivity of the material will get increases here. So hope you understand about that resistivity term here. Then what is the SI unit of resistivity here? So rho is equal to what? R into A into L here. So RA divided by L here. So where if I substitute that R value here, so R value is nothing but what? M into L divided by N A E square into tau. So finally I will get this equation. So is it right? So I can write that SI unit for this resistivity here. So resistivity rho is equal to, so what is the SI unit of resistance here? So resistance is measured in terms of ohm here. So what is the SI unit of resistance? Ohm here. Ohm into area means meter square, length means meter here, meter square, one term will get cancelled out. Resistivity is equal to ohm meter here. So what is that resistivity SI unit here? Ohm meter. What is the SI unit of resistivity here? SI unit for resistivity is ohm meter here. So hope you understand about these points.